All right, welcome executives to today's Explainer. Bottom line right up front for you. We're diving into a really powerful business case for completely outsourcing your container recovery operations. You see, this isn't just about cleaning up some backlog. It's a strategic move to drastically reduce your overhead, absolutely stop revenue leakage, and most importantly, allow your highly skilled team to reclaim their focus on your actual core shipping operations.
We know your time is valuable, so we've structured this into 5 highly focused parts. We'll hit the container bottleneck, the hidden overhead costs, the outsourcing solution, service tiers, and finally, reclaiming core operations. Let's get right into it.
Section 1. The container bottleneck.
Okay, the reality on the ground is honestly pretty stark. Right now, there are over 10,000 shipping containers currently abandoned or entirely uncleared across the country. I mean, just think about that number for a second. That is 10,000 physical assets that should be out there generating revenue for you, but are instead just sitting there, completely unproductive, acting as a massive liability on your balance sheet.
But here's what's actually staggering about the severity of this freeze. We aren't just talking about a short-term logistical hiccup. Nearly half of these assets, 47% to be exact, have been held up by authorities for years, literally years. And in some extreme cases, we're talking about containers locked up for more than a decade. It's just a mind-blowing amount of capital completely frozen in place.
And the cost of just doing nothing here? It's huge. These aren't just steel boxes. They're blocked working assets actively decaying away. Worse, they're a ticking time bomb of financial risk. You know the rule. If a container isn't re-exported within 6 months, you're facing the very real threat of duty demands, heavy fines, and severe penalties from customs. The clock is constantly ticking against you.
Section 2. Hidden overhead costs. So, here's the crucial operational point. Right now, you are likely deploying anywhere from 4 to 12 of your own internal staff members just to manage these exact issues. That is a seriously significant headcount dedicated to chasing non-revenue generating problems, which drastically pumps up your overhead. By outsourcing this, you immediately eliminate that internal leakage, cut that overhead, and bring true efficiency right back to your payroll. Because let's face it, your internal staff are currently bogged down in an absolute multi-party nightmare. They're battling unmotivated custodians who just hand these complex issues off to junior staff anyway. They're drowning in incredibly complex customs documentation. And on top of all that, they're fighting high container freight station, or CFS, ground rent demands. You know how it is, even if the shipping line gives a waiver, the CFS still expects 100% recovery. It's a massive bureaucratic maze that your core team honestly shouldn't be wasting their time navigating.
Section 3. The outsourcing solution.
This is exactly where ClearTrack Solutions steps in. They bring over a quarter-century of deep, specialized expertise to the table. We're not talking about generic logistics management here. This is 25 years of in-depth, hard-won knowledge in legal, operations, and customs documentation. And it's all specifically focused on the complexities of the last mile of container recovery exclusively for shipping lines.
So instead of having your own team making these time-consuming personal visits to customs offices or spending hours on the phone trying to negotiate detention waivers, ClearTrack provides specialized, active, on-ground coordination. They get in there and expedite clearances, send the necessary notices to importers, and liaison directly with government agencies like the Directorate of Revenue Intelligence and Customs. They'll even handle the entire cargo destruction process if recovery is ultimately impossible. Essentially, they do the heavy lifting on the ground so you don't have to.
Section 4. Service Tiers Explained. ClearTrack gives you unmatched flexibility with this. You can choose Tier 1, which is for strategic advisory and coordination, charged on a simple per-container basis. In this tier, decision-making stays 100% with you, and they provide feasibility studies for your toughest cases. Or you can just opt for Tier 2. That's where they take over full end-to-end management for your entire Pan-India inventory for a predictable lump sum fee. They handle the direct importer negotiation, the full on-ground execution, the whole shebang.
And, well, we know executives love a structured rollout, right? So here is the seamless 5-step implementation plan. It kicks off with signing comprehensive service and confidentiality agreements to completely protect your interests. Then, handing over the data for any container stuck for more than 60 days. From there, their expert team reviews each case, initiates those active on-ground visits, and finally establishes a rhythm of regular, transparent status reporting. It's a totally secure, methodical handover.
Section 5. Reclaiming Core Business Operations. By forming a strategic partnership with ClearTrack, you're doing so much more than just clearing out a backlog. you are stopping the revenue leakage dead in its tracks. You're drastically reducing the internal headcount currently being wasted on abandoned inventory. And, maybe most importantly, you're actually recovering those lost physical assets so they can be deployed right back into the market where they belong. Ultimately, outsourcing this massive, time-consuming bottleneck delivers on 4 key pillars for management: drastic cost reduction, an immediate stoppage of internal revenue leakage, increased recovery of previously lost revenue, and the ultimate prize, allowing your highly skilled staff to finally get back to doing what actually drives your bottom line, which is focusing purely on your core shipping operations.
So, the ultimate question for management today is simply this: are you ready to transform what has been a decade-long liability and a massive operational headache into a streamlined, outsourced asset recovery engine that actively benefits your balance sheet? Let's turn those rusted, dormant liabilities back into active working capital. Grab these details and reach out to Mr. Ramesh and his team today to initiate a customized container recovery strategy that works for you. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. I want to leave you with this final thought. Every single day you wait is another day of lost revenue and completely wasted overhead. So, are you going to let your capital continue to rust away, or are you ready to finally reclaim your core business?